they say, well, the problem is, why did God create evil?
Okay, the thing is that it's like a fallacy, right?
Mm.
The fact that there is evil has nothing to do from a logical perspective as to whether there's a God or not.
Mm.
So what do you mean by the question? Where's the logical correlation between the existence of evil and the non-existence of God? There is no logical correlation. It's the most stupid, irrational, emotional argument. It has no rational basis. Okay. And it says nothing about whether there is a creator of the universe or not. Because if you go back and you look at the fundamental logical, what I believe is pretty much irrefutable logical, rational reasons, commonsensical reasons why there is a creator of the universe. And it's very simple. And the simple reason is the universe is incredibly complex, incredibly complex. If you look at, for example, the initial conditions that physicists talk about in the early primordial state of the universe, the different laws that govern, for example, the strong nuclear force, the weak nuclear force, the law of gravity, the measurements of all of those forces are so precise. If they were different by 0.000000, like some incredible, like what, 62 zeros something, 62, that's the fraction of difference. If the force of gravity or the strong nuclear force, or the weak nuclear force, or and a whole number of other forces, they were different by even a small amount, the universe would not exist. In other words, that everything is fine-tuned, and we can go on, we can talk about life on our planet, how life on the Earth, for example, how our planet Earth is just the right size, has just the right combination of gases in the atmosphere. They call it the Goldilocks. That's what they call it, a Goldilocks planet, right? It's so hard to find a planet that has a sun of the right size, where gravity is the right size, where all the combination of factors, the multiple combination of factors that are just so precise in order for life to be able to exist. This type of precision, right? This type of system, how could it be a product of some random events? It's something that does not make any rational sense. Where we see order, where we see things working according to patterns, where we see things working according to systems, the logical, rational conclusion is that that is a product of intelligence, that something has ordered it, something has systemized it, something has made it work according to laws and patterns. And that is very simply how we conclude that the universe must have a creator. And the creator cannot be the same as the creation, because if the creator was the same as the creation, all you would have is more creation. And then we would ask the question, who created that? It's very simple. The creator must be different. So if the creation is finite, temporary, and needy, the creator should be infinite, eternal, and self-sufficient. Very, very simple. Very simple, intuitive, rational, commonsensical. That's the basic arguments. Those are the basic, I wouldn't even call them arguments. Those are the basic premise on which we rationally believe the most commonsensical answer is to the existence of a complex, sophisticated, regulated universe, is that there's a creator. So what has evil got to do with that? What has the existence of evil got to do with that? I mean, it is conceivable. I mean, just from the point of view of argument, it's not what we believe, but it is conceivable that maybe this creator likes torturing people or likes making their life miserable. It doesn't mean that the creator doesn't exist, right? It may make you think something about why does the creator let these things happen? What is the reason? What is the purpose? But it doesn't mean there's no God, right? So often what people are really saying is, well, if God, you see, it's not really a Muslim problem, it's a Christian problem. And the reason why it's a Christian problem is because Christianity makes a very definitive statement: God is love. They say this thing that God is love, God is so loving, God even came down in the form of his son to kill himself or a man or his son, or, well, Jesus died on the cross, whether Jesus was a man or he was God or the Son of God or all three at the same time. You can see how confusing it is. So
Yes.
this innocent person gets killed and crucified and tortured brutally, so that God could forgive us for a
Mhm.
sin we didn't even do in the first place, because it was so Adam, the sin that Adam did could be expiated. So, like, why we're all punished for what Adam did in the first place doesn't make much sense, because we didn't do that. Adam did it. You can see how evil becomes a problem in the context of Christian theology. The whole thing becomes really problematic. We don't have that problem in Islam. We know there's a creator based upon some very rational arguments. We know God did not become a man. God is not a man. God is not a temporary, mortal, needy human being. God is the creator of all things. And he's unique and he's unlike anything else, right?
Yeah.
And God
Well,
created life as a test. Life is a test. So if there's
yeah.
no evil and there's no bad things, how do you have a test? It does, human beings, we've been given will, we've been given free choice to choose to obey or disobey, to choose to do good and to choose to do evil. If there is no evil existing, how can you choose to do evil? If all there is good, how can you choose? Because you'd only be able to do good. This is the purpose of life. That's only something you can know from God, right? You couldn't really know that for sure just from philosophizing or from guessing. You know that because that's what God has told us. That's why he sent messengers. One of the reasons God sent messengers is to tell us the purpose of life, to tell us why is the world the way it is. Well, that's it. Life is
I was
there. It's a test.